It only comes when the sky cracks open. Not every storm, not every night, just the worst ones, the violent, unrelenting storms that feel more like punishments than weather. The nights when thunder doesn't boom, it screams. When the lightning doesn't flicker, it flares. And when the rain is so heavy it doesn't feel like water, it feels like the sky's bleeding. I was 9 the first time I saw the Hollow Man. My parents had put me to bed early because school had been canceled the next day. The forecast warned of severe instability and record-breaking precipitation. That night, the wind shrieked so loud I couldn't hear my own thoughts. Windows trembled, walls moaned, but somehow I fell asleep. I don't know what woke me. A dream, maybe. Or maybe the kind of silence that only comes when something unnatural is nearby. I opened my eyes. The digital clock next to my bed read 2:06 a.m. My room was lit by flashes of lightning. The blinds over my window danced violently, tapping against the frame. Something pulled me toward the window. I didn't want to go, but my body moved anyway. I lifted the corner of the blind and looked out through the rain. At first, all I could see was the wet blur of my neighborhood, trees whipping, gutters overflowing. Then I saw it, right at the edge of my yard, next to the mailbox. Tall, wrong, like a person but not. Way too thin, legs too long, arms hanging straight down, unmoving. Its head, if it had one, was just a smooth, pale curve where the neck should be, like someone started sculpting a man and stopped halfway. It didn't move, but I could tell it was facing me. I dropped the blinds and fell back, heart thudding like a trapped bird. I ran to my parents' room, tripping over myself in the dark. My mom jumped out of bed before I even made it halfway across the room. I was sobbing, trying to get the words out. There's someone outside," I cried. My dad grabbed the aluminum bat from under the bed and rushed to the door. Porch light on. He stood in the rain, bat raised, but when he came back in, drenched, he looked confused. "There's nothing there," he said. "Maybe a shadow. You were dreaming." I didn't sleep the rest of the night, or the next few nights. My parents chalked it up to a child's nightmare. Maybe they even believed it, but I knew. I knew what I saw. The second time it appeared, I was 13. Same house, same window, same storm. I was on my laptop in bed, listening to music through one earbud. The storm started fast, no drizzle, no buildup, just instant chaos. I didn't even hesitate this time. I went to the window and opened the blinds. There it was, closer now, not at the mailbox, but halfway up the lawn, perfectly still. I thought maybe it was a mannequin, until its arm twitched. Just a little, but enough to paralyze me. I screamed. My parents came in within seconds. I pointed to the window, yelling about the Hollow Man. But when they looked, nothing. "We'll talk in the morning," my dad muttered, already leaving. My mom sat with me until I fell asleep, clutching my hand. The next day, she scheduled a session with a therapist. At school, I started writing about it, sketching it, obsessing. I even made a private online blog, The Hollow Watch, where I documented the storms, the sightings, the patterns. Nobody took it seriously. My friends laughed, said I was trying to start an urban legend. But it wasn't a legend. It was real. When I turned 17, I bought my first camera. Nothing fancy, just enough to sit on my windowsill set to motion record. That summer, we had a storm so wild the trees bent sideways. I stayed up all night watching the live feed. At 2:47 a.m., it triggered. The Hollow Man was back. It stood directly in front of our house, on the walkway. Not at the edge of the yard, not halfway, right there. The street lamp above it flickered and died as it arrived. Its body was even more grotesque than I remembered. Elongated, rib-like indentations on its sides, fingers that scraped the air as if tasting it. And then it moved. Not walking, sliding. Like it didn't use muscles, just the idea of movement. I stared at the screen, frozen. It reached out, not toward the window, but the camera. The video glitched, froze, then static. When I checked the footage the next day, the clip was gone. Not corrupted, not damaged, deleted. When I left for college, I thought I was free of it. I didn't see it during those years. I tried to convince myself it had something to do with that house, that neighborhood, maybe even just my own broken mind. Maybe I needed therapy. Maybe all those nights were night terrors. Then I came home the summer I turned 21. 3 weeks ago, the worst storm of the decade hit our county. Flash floods, sirens, power outages. I had just finished unpacking when my mom said, "You might want to close your window. It's coming down hard out there." Something in her voice felt tight, nervous, like she remembered something but didn't want to say it. I looked out the window. Same storm, same chaos, same dread. My camera was already in my bag. I set it up, just like before, pointed toward the yard, recording. I sat in the dark, headphones off, heart pounding, just waiting. At 3:11 a.m., I felt it. That cold flush in your spine, that wrongness. I went to the window and opened the blinds. It was inches away, not on the lawn, at the window. Its face, or where its face should have been, was pressed against the glass even though it had no features. The skin shimmered like it was made of water and static. It tilted just slightly. And then the glass cracked, a tiny fracture right where its head touched. I stepped back, slowly. It didn't move. Then the light bulb above my bed exploded. Darkness, and when I looked back, it was gone. The next morning I found footprints on the outside wall. Not in the mud, on the wall, like it had climbed the siding vertically. My parents didn't see it. I showed them the footage, just more static. I started to think maybe it wasn't showing up on the camera because it wasn't from here, like it was something that only existed in the space between real and not. I started calling it the Hollow Man, because that's what it felt like. Hollow, empty, but not gone, never gone. Last night I saw it again, and it changed everything. It didn't come during the storm, it came after. No wind, no rain, just silence. At 4:06 a.m., I woke up with my nose bleeding. I went to the bathroom, and when I looked in the mirror, there was a handprint on the fogged glass behind me. Too high to be mine, too big to be my dad's. I turned around. Nothing. But when I went back to my room, the camera was on the floor, and written on the window in condensation were 5 words: "You brought me with you." I'm writing this now because I know it's not tied to the house or the rain. It's tied to me. Wherever I go, it follows. I don't know what it wants. I don't know where it came from. But I think it's learning. And I think next time, it won't just watch. It'll come in. If you've seen it, tall, featureless, rain-soaked, standing motionless in storms, please tell me. Please. If I'm not alone, maybe we can stop it before it stops us.